Well, good evening all. I'm a little bit messed up. Just all my wires are... I think everything is working. I hope. Hello all, welcome to another round of the F2-Cup of ALR. After our opener last Tuesday and round 2 last Thursday, where I missed the sprint race off, today I'm here for the whole thing. That's maybe because Sundays are the best days for myself to commentate, since I already did that for Tier 5 for a whole season, so I don't have other stuff to do most of the time on Sunday night. So. We're a little bit late because drivers were joining late. We're now on 16. And yeah, we are here for round 3 now of this F2-Cup. This F2-Cup consisting out of, what was it, 9 races? Yes, it's for April. And we are on the short version of Bahrain. A version of the track that's also going to make its debut in the next season of the main ALR league. The calendar is revealed fully. And we will start at the end of this month with it. So a little bit of a longer break, but if we can believe the rumors, it's all gonna fit in well. With the release of the next game. So, first of all, let's see if the stream's working. Hello everyone. Predictions for the race. I have to firstly find the standings to see who is like in a shot of doing well tonight. Well, the sprint race that I missed was won by Rossi, or am I? Yeah, it was won by Rossi. I see he scored the most points, so well done for him. He finished 14th in race 1, so he was kinda up to the... So if I may believe the standings, I will go to the standings now. 20 Boy is in the lead. He won race 1 in Austria, finished 2nd in race 2 in Australia. And he's leading with 36 points, had both fastest laps in both races. He is 8 points ahead of Skilsey, who is 2nd, scored points in every race with 28. Then follows James with 26, and then Rossi and KP both with 20. Jamie with 17, Wilt and Leon with 14, Steba with 12, and a shared 10th place for Oswaldo and Alu Palu both with 10. So I would say that Twinny would do well if he's here, and I see he's here. And the constructors now, Univirtuosi, well, I say, yeah, quite safely in the lead with 50 points. 36 for ART, 29 for Racelab, 28 for Trident, 23 for MP Motorsport, 20 for Prema, and yeah, we call it Garous. But that's just, we have a sharp G in the Netherlands. 17 for Dams, 9 for Campos, and 6 for Quali. So Quali here. And we follow Brad, and I think I know Brad because he was in Tier 1 last year. But I don't think he did a race in the F2-Cup, so he's new. So let's follow him. And he completely missed the apex in the new corner of this layout. The only like real new corner. So let's see. His lap is a little bit ruined, and Wilt is now on his way to maybe a pole position. So let's see. I think he's gonna make it. He is quite convincingly 4/10 faster than anyone else. So good stuff by Wilt there. Really impressive. He is having 4/10. So well, in that case, you deserve 4 points. If we do it like that, incredible lap by him. KP in second, Twinny, the championship leader, is third, just ahead of Steve, and then Skilsey, and also Oswald and Heide with quite decent pace. And the top 10 closing off by Poggle, Reno, and Igor. And I think also for Reno, it was a while ago that he drove a race. And further, Rossi just outside of the top 10, then Papi, Penguin, Erminator, Brad, and Leon, I just saw. I agree. Yeah, the F2 cars are difficult to drive. That's why I'm here in the booth and not racing. That was just a... Oh. Oh yeah, of course. This race is in daylight. Or shouldn't it be that the sprint race is in daylight? I don't know, but at least one of the two races is just in daylight because it's F2. So after Bahrain, by the way, we are going to Japan in 2 days on the Tuesday. Canada on the 8th of April on the Thursday, and a UK short on the Sunday. And then we close off with another Tuesday race on Zandvoort on the 13th of April. Then there is no race on the Thursday because the ROC is then. So race 8 will be on Sunday the 18th and race 9 will be on Tuesday the 20th. And that's exactly 1 week before the new Sprint League is gonna start. Yeah, that's on the 20th. Yeah, and even 2 days after the closure of this F2 League Cup is on the 22nd, on the Thursday, the season 6 of ALR is starting at Azerbaijan. We have 5 red lights, and we are away, and I saw that Will had a very good start. Not so for everyone at the back. It's looking so bright. Oh my god. Okay, I think the numbers 2, 3 and 4 on the grid just all went wide in the kink that's turn 2, and they all dropped down. I think those were KP. Oh well, maybe not the numbers 2, 3 and 4 precisely, but at least KP is kind of down to P11. He's on the hard tires. And the same goes for Erminator, Brad, Leon, Poggle, and pole sitter Wilt, who has already had a 9/10 gap to Steven now, followed by Skilsy. Twinny had not the best start, is now in 4th, followed by Rossi, Igor, Poggle, Leon, and Reno. And that's lap 1. I don't think a lot happened, except from the... Oh god, we're doing 32 laps. Yeah, well, that's maybe logic. and Papi is in for a first stop. Okay. Looks like that KP is recovering from that awful start. He's now in 10th. Oh, they're going too wide here. No, there was Brad and Heide. And Heide is compromised on his line, and now Erminator is trying to find his way past. But Papi is still in. Oh, he's now out. He's almost a lap down. That's what one pit stop do for F2 cars on a track like Bahrain short. And Brad is locking up a little bit and is pushing Heide wide, and Erminator almost went through the gap that was forming in the middle. They're almost 4 wide. And late of the late breakers is Osvaldo, and no, he went on for a triple overtake, but he was getting repassed by Heide. Further back to the front, it's almost 3 wide also over here in our corner with Jamie, with KP, with Reno. And it's at 2 wide and Reno's spinning, I think. Oh, he saves it. And I think Jamie almost joined him in it. But he saves it. He lost some positions, I think most notably on Penguin. And now he's again in the battle, but he is staying ahead of Jamie at the moment. I just totally missed that just Wild and Stiva having a battle here into turn 1, and that Stiva already passed Wild. He is also on the medium tire, Stiva, so that can be a reason for this. And now Skilsy is following up. Oh! Oh, he almost lost it. Some loss of traction there. That was the worst camera angle to experience that in, but... And it's made it easy for Wild, and now Skilsy has an opportunity to still gain a position, but now on a different driver. He's now going wide, so Twitty can come closer. And Igor is pushing Rossi through the long right-hander there. But he already has a penalty. He has way more speed out of the corners, but then if they fully accelerate to maximum speed, Rossi is kinda up to pace with it. That's a good thing about F2 cars, that you can like battle in every corner. Ah, Porco gets a double toe here now. This is gonna be interesting. He also has the DRS, it's going to be 3 wide. Rossi's defending the inside. And Poggle is like driving around into P5. And Rossi maintains position compared to Igor there. Further down back it's Jamie and Reno, who are now coming to this section. And Jamie finally passed Reno. And Wild is still in front of Steve. But for how much longer? He's also pushing Wild to the corner. Skilsy is a very tight battle here for the lead now. Steve's gonna try to pass him off track on the outside. There is room on the inside, you know. But I think he wants to try it over here. And also Twinny is close. They already have a gap of 2.5, 2.6 seconds to the rest of the field. Wild is braking later. Is cutting back. But I think Steva is safe enough at the moment. A little bit of a luck for Skilsy. Further down it's going side by side between Rossi and Poggle. And also still eager in this battle. have our own battles. 3 wide again. And, oh, yeah, Igor's lost it. But also he lost it like Lino, but he also saves it because, yeah, he's losing 2 positions. But he's still kind of close to the guys where he was battling with. And technically only losing a real position to Leon at the moment. And yeah, KP is also coming into this battle. There is a yellow flag. I am afraid that there is something with Penguin. Well, they sorted things out already. Steeler with fast flap, he's now in the lead. And it's now down the drain here at the back. And take 3 or take 4 of the Pogo-Rossi battle. Rossi staying on the outside. And that is for the moment enough for him. Maybe Pogo with a better exit here. While at the front it's Skillsy passing Wild here, and Twinny wants to join immediately. But he's been bullied, I think. Heide and Terminator already in, lap 7. The earliest lap you can stop and try to make it until the end. Going for something else. Rossi is gonna try to take position back. Waiting for this for the next race. Where we see Will tucked in the slipstream of Skillsy Stiba with, is that another fastest lap or just? There comes Will on the outside. Going for the cutback. Oh, that's actually gonna work, yeah. He's the first one that does it like so successful as I see it. And now Twinny. But Wolf is immediately back in defensive positions against Skillsy. And I stay in there, or Skillsy's doing the same. However, outside is becoming inside. Side by side through this corner. Watch out for that curve. Okay. Oh, that's Fati. I was thinking, what? Now is the opportunity for Twinny to pass Wild. Wild is a little bit boxed in at the moment. And behind it's still Poggle, but still in front of Rossi. I think Poggle has a full exit, so I can see another move over there. But Wild now with the run on Twinny. And no, Twinny makes a move by himself on Skillsy. He was under attack, but trying to make the move by himself, and he does so successfully. Oh, behind, I saw something happen there. Yeah, Igor. That's a reset to track. Just mentioning it. Brad now in the pits, and Igor dropped back to even behind Jamie, who had some issues by himself earlier in the race. Let's go back to this battle, this never-ending battle between Poggo and Rossi, and now Leon really joined in. This all gave Stiba just like 4 seconds to drive away. There's yellow. There comes Rossi once again. Same goes over here in turn 1, and what an incredible undercut by Twinny there. He saw that one coming, and I think he executed on the best way possible, since it immediately gives him 5 tenths. Those guys are just more time of this race side to side than that they are like racing behind each other. And now Leon is finally gonna try and help Rossi by putting in some pressure on Poggle, and also KP is now here in the action. Can at least smell P5. again. But the primary battle in this group is still Rossi and Poggle. Stiba with another fastest lap, 191. He is extending his lead to 5 seconds, and that's all because Skilsy and Twinny can't decide what's happening here. Oh, he's lapping over there. They can't decide who is going to be. Oh my god, I think Leon went for a move there. And yeah, a bit too optimistic, I'm afraid. He is losing in similar fashion positions as Igor did earlier, and it's always helping Jamie back into the top 8. So, back to this battle. Once again, Rossi, in my memory, Poggle is more times ahead than that Rossi is ahead. But yeah, it's all mattered, and it's all gonna be decided by who is ahead in lap 32. Okay, so for the first time in 10 laps, I think they're not side by side on the whole main straight, and Wild is still looking, but there is no actual move being made for the first time in 10 laps here. And the same goes in that battle for P5. It is further back, Igor with an... Yeah, he's attacking Jamie, and Jamie tried to do the switchback, but he gets a penalty as reward for that. Rossi, I think he was looking, but he, like, deliberately kept him behind again. Brad doesn't... Well, Brad, KP doesn't need to do a lot so far. He had an awful start, but all the positions he gained so far is because people spun just in front of him. Looks like Twinny is going to pull out of the 1 second gap of Skilsy, and that's gonna make Skilsy vulnerable for Wild, and Jamie for the undercut, I think, lap 13. He is in. Let's see, this is like the first interesting pit stop, because the only guys that stopped before this were Heide, Brad and Erminator, and he's going to the hard. He can go on till the end. Oswaldo is in. That's not an unsafe release, No, that was safe. I want to focus a little bit on something else, and that's the point that Erminator is already getting lapped by Twinny. I don't know. Oh, they're going again. But okay, JB is coming ahead of Heide and Oswaldo, and yeah, he's safely ahead. Steve's in now, and is followed by Twinny, and those 3 guys are going on. And Rossi is going for another move on Poggle, but now KP can maybe join him. Igor with a 5 second penalty for speeding. Can he... Oh yeah, and this is going to be decisive. Poggle had to back out massively, and he's now finally... Rossi is finally free of Poggle. So interesting. Terminator is giving Skilsy DRS at the moment. And further down we see Steven, and we see yellow flags, I think for Brad. Yeah, he was off. There are gonna be people lapped massively. Well, not at the moment. No, at the moment nobody's left. That's interesting. But just. Well, it means that Steva is now the front runners of the guys that thought he is 5 seconds out of 20, I think. Alright, leaderboard is a little bit glitched. And Jamie and Igor are still close together on track. Now Rossi has a little bit of a problem because he doesn't have any DRS at all. But maybe he can compete against KP at the moment. He's holding strongly at the moment. And there are yellows on the main straight for Heide, I think. What is he doing? Ah, his tires are a little bit hot. I think he's one lap behind now. Yes, he is. Oh, Skilsey going wide and will back into the lead. At the same moment that Rossi is battling KP, but KP is ahead, he's locking up a little, and that is giving Rossi and even maybe Poggle a way through. I would say maybe, because he has a better run, but no. Interesting stuff. There are only 2 medium guys, or 3, Reno, Skilsey and Rossi, but we know from Skilsey and Rossi that they like to extend their tires. This is still the main battles. Also Igor is close behind Jamie, and Reno is getting close to Liam at the moment. And there is a problem for Igor, and he is out. I think he decided to retire. Yeah, he's stationary there on the back the other pit lane. I think the official other pit lane of. Renault's finally coming in. Steva is doing even the fastest lap on hard tires with a 1.9 flat. And he's only 14 seconds behind Liam. And he's doing the best he can to win this race. And those guys are still going strong, but he is of course on the hard, while 3 or we'll say 4 guys of the top 6 will switch to mediums and will be close to him probably. Steva has to make the laps count now. Oh, KP with a very poor exit, and he has now dropped back to P5 where he was before. And for the first time this race, all the gaps are out of the second. Or a little bit on the cusp of it, but... Steva continues with a 1.89. Liam is in, so interested where he will come back out. Reno came back out between JB and Penguin. And there's also a little bit of a battle forming for P11. He is coming near to Jamie at the moment. He's coming very close to Jamie at the moment, but yeah, he backs out wisely enough. But he's on the better tyres. There's a big gap, by the way, from 20 to Jamie of 12 seconds. It's that whole straight, isn't it? Oh, okay, much better run here for Liam. But it looks like Jamie was like, well, you're on better tyres anyway, just go. And yeah, Rossi is in. finally. He still switched to the hard. Why are you doing 90 laps on the mediums then? Are they so much better than... Yeah, okay. 20 is coming past him, so he is in a kinda nice gap to be in, to be honest. Jamie close on Leon. And there's also an interesting battle between Brad and Osvaldo, and before Osvaldo we've got Penguin. Will now with the fastest lap, 188 on old hard tires. That's impressive. That's really impressive. And Skillsy and KP are in. Skillsy finally full hard tires. Oh, he has to wait, I think. He had to wait shortly. That took an age. Skillsy, I don't know. Did he have a penalty that he served, or was it glitched because he was so long stationary in the pit? Look, Rossi is just flying by with ease. Well, at least flying by with ease on his teammate, but just ahead of KP, but KP now medium tires, so he is still with a big advantage. Let's see how this goes. This kind of train that we've got here in a battle for P11. Going 3 wide, Brad choosing the outside. I think both are passing Penguin. Yes, they are. While Wilt is coming in, Poggle now the only one on hard. Oh, they only have 2 tire compounds, of course. I'm sorry, my bad. Now Brad needs to do another overtake on Osvaldo. Let's see where Wilt returns. He's just behind Erminator there. And that's going to be close with 20 with slightly more entrance speed, and that's the decisive factor while he is, and the reason why he is ahead now of Wilt. Little bit of a luck up there for KP, who's now being chased by Rossi. He already passed him, but... And we still have this battle on the main straight, where Brad is finally going full hit into P11. It's going to be hard for him to gain another position. It's 14 seconds to Reno, and there's only one. Yeah, Brad's already on mediums for 11 laps, and he had to do 11 more. That's going to be a stretch. Yeah, Heidi's gonna make it on 13 lap old. However, it's also going to be a stretch for him. But yeah, okay. So, closest battle up ahead is now Wilt, tried to pass Twitty. Wilt, of course, on the softer medium, so he had a little bit of an advantage. KP now with fastest lap, a 187, and Wilt up into P3. He has 8 seconds towards Stiva, and Poggle was just cruising along on his very worn hard tires. So, and Urbinator is just following along. We've got Brad and Osvaldo just switching positions, and now Penguin is back into the battle, and oh, Brad is spinning, I think again. I'm afraid that's not the first time he did that. And he's now completely out of his battle, and he's in this position to Heide. At the meantime, these two continuing. Wilt with a 186.
Yeah, Poco's now really losing time. He's lost a second, I think, compared to Steve over the last lap. Poco even lapped Brad at the moment. It is he coming in? Yes. And Brad is following with a speeding. It's a little bit interesting to see what Poco. I don't think this is really helping him like massively. I don't feel it like that. Maybe a good surprise. He comes back just behind KP, but in front of Rossi and Skilsian, so I think Prema is winning the battle against Trident at the moment as a full team. It's funny because the closest battle is still between Osvaldo and Penguin. That's a cut. No, and that's, I think, another warning. I think those are two warnings in 3 corners. So Steve has now the lead, 8 seconds in front of Will, while Chiavi has left the session. Um, 23 seconds behind Wild, KP in 4th, and then there is like a close group behind KP. Toggle, Rossi and Skilsy. That's a wide line by Penguin here. I think he stretched it to avoid getting the penalty there. Skilsy the big loser because of his pit stop. He was fighting for a net P4. And now he's even behind Rossi. And I think those final laps are going to be a little bit anticlimactic. The gap's already being made at the moment. So we're gonna see some inter-team battles maybe, because Pogo actually looks a little bit quicker, and Terminator is, yeah, he's going the wrong direction there, to be honest. Oh, that's a safety car. Wow. 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 Osvaldo is in, Penguin is in, Hyde is in. Those were the 3 guys. Okay, this is going to be an interesting call by Steva. He has a little bit of a gap, but there are some guys on fresh mediums that can decide we just stick along, and I think he knows that. And those 3 that are in, it's funny that they are in, but they are now lapped, so they will be behind the leader. I think only Leon now is coming in. Yeah, he's a safe gap. I think Jamie and Reno can also safely pit if they still have Osvaldo with a 5-second penalty, okay. Only Leon. It's like I'm going for fresh tires. And to be honest, Heide was also on like very old hard, so. Interested. I think Steven knew that there are people on kind of fresh mediums behind him that wouldn't go pit anyway. And now, of course, he lost his lead, but he has some cars in front of him, behind him, towards Wild, I think. Yeah, one car, the car of Oswaldo, I think. I think Penguin drove. Oh my god! I saw that! I saw that! And there are some guys out now on a very weird way. They are just on the main straight. I saw that. I saw Penguin had damage, drove into the pits, but he crashed against the pit wall, and then he was reset on track, and that screwed someone else. And I'm afraid it's Skilsey, because he's the only one really out. Can you still see it? No, he's just gone. Skilsey being screwed massively there. I think he was the one that... Wow, okay, that was very unexpected. He's not even out of the points at the moment, but he will, but yeah. Weird. Don't think that was intentional by Penguin, it was just, yeah, he crashed, maybe the into the pit lane crash was a little bit intentional, but you can't like expect that the game resets you to track then. So far I know at least. But still waiting for Leon to come back. Wow. Safety car in this lap for 3 more race laps. It's actually gonna be exciting to see if Stiva and Twinny especially can hold on against Wild and the Premas. But there are some cars in between. Oswaldo is, I think, the second car on track. And the Premas are being separated by Heide. And behind Rossi we have Brad. Seba has accelerated. And there is a guy very close to him, but that's Oswaldo. So only at the back of the queue there is a real battle for position. Leon already passing Reno, but yeah, Leon has way fresher tires. Maybe he could do something even compared to Jamie and Rossi. And Jamie now in the attack of Rossi. And Rossi was competing for top 5, and now it looks like he's going to drop back to P7. Rossi stays ahead for the moment. And here is the opportunity for Poggle on his teammate on KP. KP gets a boost sometime. Braking much later. But yeah, Poggle is having the speed. Slightly better tires, but also just he has the pace. And he is now up into P4. Coming from way down, I suppose. And Wild is now looking to go for it. He has slightly more than one lap to pass Stiba. He's closely behind him. Oh yeah, of course we have penalties. I almost forgot. The numbers 3, 4, 5 doesn't have any penalties. Oh, that's gonna mix things up. I think if it looks like this, then 20 is still gonna remain on top. That's mad, to be honest. He wasn't no way in the... Rossi. Oh my god, what the heck? Some people have massive beneficial effects. Oh god, and I think Poggle is also... He was in 4th and he's now dropped back to 8 after Rossi did something? I don't know. Overshot himself again? I don't have it on the footage this time, my friend. I saw you brakes failing, or not really failing, in Australia, but I'm not expecting that you're doing that every race. So, I think we are over here looking at the winner. Because we are finishing this race, and 20 is winning the Bahrain Short Grand Prix. 9 tenths ahead of Steve. He was kind of close to it, just by having no penalties. But with that safety car, he wouldn't have done it. That's for sure. Massive. Wow. I only realized the penalty situation like 2 laps before the end. However, Steve and Wild are staying on the podium. That's mad. They just having enough of an edge over KP. And the big winner after them is, still Poggle, was dropped to 8, but because of penalties he regains 2 positions and is scoring as much as points as the number 5 Reno, who's coming out of nowhere into the top 5. And then Leon and JB and Rossi is even finishing in 9th and scoring 2 points because he DNF'd on the penultimate lap. And Heide, Oswaldo and Brad all were a lap down, so... What the heck? So yeah, Poggle is scoring as much as points as Reno, but yeah, this is the end result. So Twitty is winning his 2nd future race of the year, and it's the first time he doesn't have the fastest lap. Poggle did. He was quite impressive in the Prima today. Yeah, and we're now ready for the sprint race. Reverse grid for 5 more laps. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it looked like Rossi murdered someone. Oh my god. Yeah, well, the safety car screwed some races for some. And my computer decided to like open all the tabs I've had open suddenly. Just don't, please don't. It's really ridiculous. There is a possibility of snow over here in freaking April, next Wednesday. I know in Britain that's sometimes normal, but over here it's maybe also sometimes normal, but not in April. It was 25 degrees a week ago. For fuck's sake. But it's getting warmer afterwards. At least. So, maybe I can tease a little bit that the allocations for next season, well, the announcement of them, we're going to do it again with a stream, which we are gonna record and then premiere it on the channel. I'm not telling if it's gonna be live or not, but yeah, the allocations has been made. That's logic, I think. I think everyone would expect that. So yeah, we are we had a draft for a very long time, but yeah, we're kind of sure now. Maybe some one-off changes, some last-minute changes, but general the allocations are like are done. So you will hear them very soon. Of course, before the Race of Champions. So the Race of Champions is the 15th of April. So in the next 10 days, you will hear the allocations. That's a promise I can already make and say. I think we're going to sprint race, or yeah, the screen says future race, but you know how that works. It's still daytime. Okay. Okay. 5 red lights, and away we go with Papi from the pole, and an incredible start by Penguin Snake, but that's because he had a drive-through. For a jump start. Oh my god. Oh my actual god. There is like a Prima cut in the corner on the inside, that's KP. Or no, that was even Toggle. KP was murdered, but at least Liam was murdered more. Oh my god. Still 8 laps is this. So at the front, Igor is taking over. Behind that, it's Heide around the outside of Penguin. Skilsy already up to 4th. He was one of the retirements, so he is in a big shot to win. Behind that, it's Brad trying to make a move, or still yellows. I think Steva had some issues. Brad is going for it on the harder tire. Is he? Yeah, I don't think you can choose what start you want. He is the only one with Heide, with KP, with Toggle, with Steva, and problems for Penguin. He, of course, had to set his drive through. Big gain is Heide with 6 places, Rossi with 4, Jamie retired, and Oswaldo is, the 20 is up 9/8. Since he was up 9, but is now being passed by Oswaldo. And side by side still Brad and Skilsy now for P3. Skilsy already with a penalty. And oh, yeah, that's unfair if he gets a penalty for that. He was had some contact. It looked like he let Skilsy through at least. I think maybe to avoid getting a penalty. After that, Papi started from the pole already, dropping back. He's now in 6th. Terminator behind him. There's a big run from Oswaldo on his teammate. And 20 also comes on the outside of Terminator. And he is now up into P8. Oh, okay, a double toe there for Rossi. Is he going to do it twice in a row? He sees that Brad and Skilsy are braking much later. Steva retires. Skilsy and Brad continue. Maybe for Rossi this is the smart thing to do indeed. Just tuck in and see what's gonna happen. They're still side by side. And also a very good angle here from the car of Oswaldo. Behind there is, oh god, Twitty is steering in and will spin in. I think he was alongside enough to be entitled of some track room on track space. But for Wild it's now over because it's a sprint, and also it's also not going well for KP. Terminator is currently in AI, and Papi and Reno now side by side to the last corner. I think it's going to be a successful overtake, right? Heide in the slip, with the fastest lap and putting on the pass on the Igor and up into the lead. Have a little bit of a wiggle there, and behind there it's a big clusterfuck. Rossi is taking advantage of the fact that Brad is putting a move on Skilsy. Skilsy is letting his teammate through. There's Twitty on the outside of Oswaldo. Well, Oswaldo won't be easy to pass. He's already up 10 places. He's doing what he can indeed in 8 laps. Of course, he's the championship leader, so he has some capability. Further up ahead, Skilsy is going back on Rossi. Teammate battling here. Still up ahead. Last time they also were both in the top 6 until the last safety car, and they both screwed it. Rossi hitting Skilsy a bit there. I think he has some doubt. Yeah, he's missing an end plate. Oh my god, it's gonna be 4 wide with Oswaldo and with 20 on the outside. Oswaldo's going for the dive. And penalties. Okay. And, well, that wasn't the best option for him. And it's another almost free position for Twin. Igor is gonna watch if he can do another. It's funny because 20 didn't have a penalty in like 32 laps of Bahrain, and now he has one within 5. So, well, making the move in Reno, but that's damage control for Wilt. He's gonna score 1 point if nothing strange happens. It's also kind of I think problems for Papi. Yeah, Papimo has spun. He's not the best with these cars. Is he? His car is broken, but it's not retired. Oh, yeah, I would do the same, but his car was broken. Oh, now he's retired. Nice. Oh, Reno fighting back against Wild, but more important, battle for the lead. Igor went for the move into the now new turn 3 and is repassed on the straight by Heide if he can pull this off. They are effectively battling for the win. They're 5 seconds ahead of everyone. And no real visible damage there for Igor, but he drove it to the back of and Brad has to defend his third place from Rossi, Skilsey and Twinny. 2 more laps to go for Heide or Igor. One of them is going to win. Jiffy comes out of the pit. Really spoiled his battle a little bit. Heide is still there. Heide goes off track, and that's costing him the position at the moment. He's pushing Igor a little bit to the corner. Wow, this is tense, to be honest. Igor stays ahead, or can he drive around the outside? Oh my god. And Igor's still in front. Yeah, that's gonna be a heartbreak for Rossi. I think that was not really intentional, that was unfortunate just that they clipped each other there. And he already had damage and he's now out of the real running for P3. And now Twinny still has an opportunity of a podium. Mental final lap. Heide won. It's actually kinda impressive from Heide because he's on the hard. And behind there is Skilsey and he is true on Brett. Who's doing quite well. I read in the chat that he didn't drove F2 cars for 9 months. That's a freaking load of time. And he's repassing Skilsey, but Skilsey is coming on the inside once again. And he's putting Skilsey in the wall, it seems. I was just not focusing on my screen for 1 second. So that was the thing I thought that happened. Igor's gonna win. Igor's gonna win. He ditched off a final assault from Heide in the last part of the final lap. And he is winning. Brad is gonna finish just in third. And Twinny is even losing the position to as well though on penalties. Rossi 6th, Will with a recovery to 7th. Skilsey only coming across the line in 8th, and side by side across the finish line, but Reno with the smallest amount of penalties, he's even scored a point over here. And Skilsey again with nothing for him. So that's it. And we're still waiting for KP, who did almost a complete extra lap. So a win for MP Motorsport, that's something I really like to see. Dutch team. Hey. So this is your end result. Igor win ahead of Hyde. Oh, Hyde had a penalty, so it wouldn't matter anyway. Brad in third. Oswaldo just finishing in fourth ahead of Twinny, who is coming from P17. Then Rossi Wild was unfortunate. Same goes for Skilsey, who is finishing behind Reno and Erminator in the top 10. And further finishers are Liam, Toggle, KP, and Patrimo. Oh no, Patrimo not even. Yes. Well, thank you all for joining once again. This was race 3 of the F2-Cup. We will be back for, what did I say? Which race? Japan. And that's gonna be next Tuesday. So, until then, and stay safe, everyone. Bye bye.